With the tougher policy on immigration, many immigrants are worried about their future.
Melissa Barraza is here in the studio to tell us about a young man who's always looking over his shoulder. Melissa?
This young man is admittedly undocumented, but he says he's trying his best to be a good person. And the woman who hired him hopes he can stay here and keep working. This 29-year-old Chihuahua native who doesn't want to be identified left Mexico 6 years ago because of danger during the height of the cartel war.
Uno de los motivos principales fue la delincuencia que se está viviendo allá en el país.
He says the main reason was crime. A family member was killed, and that's why they're scared in their own country. He applied for a visa to come to the U.S. and look for a better future for his family. He ended up in Las Cruces because of a job opportunity.
Con las personas que estoy trabajando estoy muy a gusto.
He says the people he works for are good people who know how to appreciate the work of a Mexican worker. The ranch owner who hired the worker, who also doesn't want to be identified, says she appreciates having a worker like him.
Not only is he a hard worker, but he is so kind, he is so honest. We can't do it without him. All this farm work cannot be done without him.
About a month ago, ICE was making raids in different areas of Las Cruces. Workers were afraid to even leave their homes.
Antes solíamos salir sábado, fin de semana.
He says they would go out on the weekends, take the kids out to have fun, and since the president's administration, it's not the same anymore. And they're still afraid of being pulled over by any law enforcement and be deported.
They fear the police, they fear ICE, they fear the Border Patrol. They're always on their best behavior. They always check to make sure every blinker works, everything works on the car, so they're not pulled over.
The American Civil Liberties Union says undocumented immigrants have the same rights as a U.S. citizen.
You always have the right to remain silent. If an officer comes to your door and they're asking you questions, if they pull you over and when you're driving, if you're walking and an officer starts to ask you questions, you don't have to answer them.
The worker has hope everything will calm down and that the president, Donald Trump, will change his mind. He says the president should be more careful with what he says about Mexican people. He thinks 9 of 10 Mexicans come here to work and have a better future. If you have any questions, contact the ACLU office in Las Cruces or El Paso. Back to you guys at the desk.